All right, apprentices of Kent Business College, welcome. So, today we're jumping headfirst into the advanced toolkit of marketing research. Yeah, we're talking about the secret weapons that the pros use to make really smart decisions and, launch those blockbuster products.
Okay, so here's the game plan. We're going to start with a classic marketing dilemma, then we'll peek into the science lab that solves it. After that, we'll add more tools to your kit, cover the all-important ethical rules, and then finish up with your first big mission. Let's do this.
So, let's kick things off with a pretty high-stakes scenario, something you could genuinely face in your marketing career. Just picture this for a second.
Right, this is the big one, isn't it? Because nobody wants to be that person who launched the drink that tastes like toothpaste or the snack that literally nobody buys. No, we want to be heroes, not zeros. And today, we're going to figure out how.
And the secret weapon to stop that from happening is the marketing experiment. It's all about scientifically testing your ideas before you go all in. So think of it less like guesswork and more like being a detective, hunting for clues that help you predict the future. Let's head over to the lab and see exactly how this works with a real-world example. It is officially time to put on our white lab coats. So, this all starts with something super simple, like an A/B test. For example, a bank like HSBC could test two different email subject lines. Version A is pretty generic, right? Exclusive offer for you. But version B, as you can see, gets personal. John, earn $50. By sending each version to half their audience, they can actually measure which one gets more clicks. See? It's all about data, not just guessing.
Okay, so that's a small-scale test. But what about the big guns? Let's scale that idea way up and see how a giant like McDonald's uses experiments to solve our spicy burger problem. Trust me, they do not just throw a new burger on the menu and hope for the best. That would be absolute chaos.
They don't wing it, they follow a really clear four-step process. First, they pick a few strategic spots. Then, they do a quiet, limited launch of the burger. Third, they collect a ton of data. And then, and only then, do they decide if it's actually worthy of a big national launch. It's basically a dress rehearsal before opening night.
And what kind of data are we talking about here? Well, it's not just did it sell. It's did it bring new people into the store? Did it make the kitchen staff's life a total nightmare? And most importantly, what did real customers actually think of it? Now that is the good stuff. So the crucial point here is that experiments give you powerful, clear evidence to make those huge decisions. You can walk into your boss's office with the chart, not just a hunch. And believe me, it is way, way better to find out a burger is a flop in 10 stores than in 1,000.
But okay, it's not foolproof. You have to be smart about the potential problems. I mean, what if a freak heat wave hits your test cities and suddenly everyone wants ice cream instead of a spicy burger? You have to think about those things. And oh yeah, your competitors might be spying on your brilliant new idea.
Experiments are amazing for sure, but they're not the only tool in the box. So let's add a few more cool gadgets to your marketing utility belt.
First up, we've got panels. Think of these like having your own focus group on speed dial. Costa Coffee might have a taster panel that they send new drinks to every few months. This is perfect for tracking how opinions change over time, so you can see if that new loyalty program is actually working month after month.
Next up, diaries. This is where you get people to actually record their experiences as they're happening. A skincare brand, for example, could ask users to log their skin's progress every single day. It gives you this incredibly detailed, in-the-moment context that you just can't get from a survey weeks later. You finally get to see the why behind what people do.
Need an answer like yesterday? Social media polls are fantastic for that. ASOS could just throw up a poll asking, which of these trainers is fire? And you get an answer in hours. Look, it's not super scientific, but it's fast, it's free, and it's a great way to engage with your biggest fans.
And now for the really cool sci-fi stuff, neuromarketing. This is where you literally track what people's eyes are looking at on a package, or you measure their brainwaves to see their genuine emotional reaction. Frito-Lay actually used this and discovered that shiny packaging triggered feelings of guilt in people's brains, so they switched to a matte finish. How cool is that?
Okay, so having all these tools is amazing. But you know what they say, right? With great power comes great responsibility. This next part is what makes you a professional, not just some person with a survey.
So let's kick off with a really tricky one. This is a genuine ethical dilemma that marketers face all the time. I mean, you could get some incredible data this way. But is it right?
Yeah, the answer is you have got to be so careful. If your customers find out they paid more than the person next to them for the exact same thing, poof, you've lost their trust. And trust me, that is way more expensive than any data you could ever gather.
So, to keep you on the straight and narrow, here is your ethical code of conduct. First, get their permission. Second, protect their data. Third, be fair and unbiased in how you do your research. And finally, always prioritize the participants' well-being. Following these rules protects your customers, it protects your company, and it protects your career.
Okay, you have seen the tools. You have learned the rules of engagement. Now it's your turn to put on that detective hat.
So here it is, your very first mission, and it's straight from your course material. Your task is to outline a full research plan. To pick a brand, like Greg's, ASOS, or Costa. What do you need to know? What tools are you going to use? Who are you going to ask? And how will you do it ethically? This is where it all comes together.
And that's a wrap. So there you have it, the tools to move from just guessing to actually knowing. We've seen how to avoid the spicy burger problem and how to be a good human while you're doing it. The only real question left is the one on your screen right now. What marketing mystery will you solve first? Good luck out there.